Today, we are going to introduce a rather weird LoRa called Galaxy ACE. Why do I say this LoRa is super weird? Well, some people who used it claim the effect is incredibly obvious, noticeably boosting the realism and cinematic feel of their videos. But others say that after using it, their video quality didn't improve at all. Some even say that using this LoRa completely wrecked their videos, making them unwatchable. So why does the exact same LoRa yield such drastically different results for different people? With this question in mind, I did a comprehensive review of this LoRa, and I finally figured out exactly where the problem lies. Today, let's dive in and uncover the secrets of this mysterious LoRa. The name of this LoRa is Galaxy ACE. What you are seeing right now is its page on Civitai. From the name, you can probably guess that it simulates the video recording effect of a Galaxy ACE camera. If that sounds a bit too obscure, simply put, it simulates the look of a low-end Android phone camera from before 2010. This LoRa attempts to replicate that overall color noise and the subtle jitter of a handheld camera, making your entire video feel much more like a selfie vlog. This LoRa has gone through multiple iterations. Its first version was tailored for the Z-Image Turbo model. The second version was for the LTX 2.0 model. And today we are introducing the third version, which is specifically designed for the LTX 2.3 model. So how should we use this LoRa to get the best video generation results? The official page gives us some recommendations. For instance, when using this LoRa, it is recommended to set the weight to 1.0. Also, we need to be clear about what types of videos this LoRa is best suited for. Category 1 is street photography videos. Category 2 is diary-style video clips. Category 3 is lifestyle capturing. Category 4 is travel footage. And Category 5 is nature landscape videos. Looking at all this information, we can assume that since this LoRa has been through multiple version updates, it definitely shouldn't be useless. So why do some people find it ineffective or even detrimental to their video generation? Let's reveal the secret right now. To make the demonstration easier, I have deployed the testing workflow on Running Hub. In the ComfyUI space, Running Hub is a fantastic online cloud platform because whenever new models and technologies drop, they are always the first to follow up. Additionally, Running Hub provides an online community platform for ComfyUI creators. Here you can find a ton of inspiration and testing workflows. Let's first break down this testing workflow for you. This workflow is actually just an LTX 2.3 image to video workflow. We already covered all the details of this workflow when we introduced the basic applications of the LTX 2.3 model. So here, I will just give you a quick rundown. First is loading the main model. We are using models provided by Kijai here. I need to remind you that Kijai is continuously updating his models. When choosing a model, try to pick the latest version. For example, here I am selecting the version 3 of LTX 2.3. There is nothing special about how the model is loaded. The only thing to note is that we added this Galaxy ACE LoRa. Following the official recommendation, we set its weight to 1.0. Also, the official guide suggests that we should connect this model immediately after loading the main model. As for selecting reference images, we recommend using a 9:16 or 3:4 aspect ratio, since this is meant to simulate mobile phone video recording. It is mostly presented in a vlog format, which means vertical videos. The resolution I am using here is 3:4. The most crucial node in here is the LTXV image to video in place node. Its job is to convert our reference image into sampling conditions. Next is the sampling process. This is largely the same as the official sampling process provided by ComfyUI. Note that we are using a two-stage sampling strategy here, a base video generation part and a video upscaling part. Furthermore, to make it easier for you to observe the effects, I modified the entire workflow into a side-by-side comparison setup. I split the main model into two states. One loads this LoRa, and the other does not use the LoRa. We sampled them separately, using the exact same reference image, the exact same prompt, and the exact same seed. Ultimately, we will get two videos, allowing you to easily see the differences between them. Now that we have a basic understanding of the workflow, let's unveil the answer to the question everyone cares about. What exactly causes this LoRa to perform differently across various video generations? Why is it sometimes amazing, sometimes unnoticeable, and sometimes a complete quality killer? The answer is camera angle and motion. Let's verify this right now. Let's look at the first scenario. In the first case, we used a Western beauty as our reference image. Notice that the overall shot is quite close up, similar to a talking head video framing. In our prompt, the motion description goes roughly like this: a determined gaze looking straight into the camera, lips slightly parted, jaw relaxed. She gently tilts her head and slowly blinks. With a deep breath, an invisible gentle breeze softly blows the fluffy blonde hair on her shoulders. The camera slowly pushes in, the depth of field becomes shallower, sharpening the delicate texture of her cotton shirt to the extreme, while the beige background melts into a creamy bokeh effect. From this prompt, you will notice that the overall motion design is extremely subtle. Most of the action relies on the camera pushing in and the background changing. Given this framing and motion description, let's check the generated results. You will see that the video on the left is without the LoRA and the video on the right uses the LoRA. Comparing them, we find that there isn't much difference between these two videos. Whether it is color rendering, character movement, or camera movement, they are basically identical. Now let's look at the second scenario. In this workflow, the image we selected is an Eastern beauty. The angle is slightly wider than the previous one, but still roughly in the same category. Let's check the motion design in the prompt. Initially, she gently looks off camera, then her lips part slightly and her jaw relaxes. She then smoothly turns her head, locking her dark eyes directly onto the lens, and does a deliberate nodding motion. Take a look at this motion design. The overall range of movement is relatively larger, and the motion description is much more detailed. Let's see the generated video result. In the first half of the two generated videos, the effects are practically the same, but in the second half, the video using the LoRA has much richer movement. The most representative part is at the very end. Notice she does a hand lifting motion. In the video without using the LoRA, this action simply does not exist. Through this workflow, you will realize that if the shot framing is similar, providing a richer and more detailed motion description will make the LoRA's effect much more obvious. Next, let's pull the camera back a bit and see how the effect changes. The reference image is still an Eastern beauty, but the angle has changed to a half-body shot. Actually, you will notice here that the camera angle and the motion are interconnected. The closer the shot, the fewer actions you can perform. If it is an extreme close-up of the face, our motion descriptions will mostly focus on facial expressions. But with a half-body reference image, we can include much more body language in our description. In our prompt, the motion design is like this. Initially, she gently brings her right index finger close to her slightly parted lips, then smoothly lowers her hand, gently pinching the sheer fabric of her sleeve. She deliberately twists her upper body left and right, showing off to the camera how well the dress fits. From this prompt description, you can clearly tell the beauty is showing off her clothes. Let's check the generated video result. Now, the difference between these two videos is huge. First, you will find that the video using the LoRA is indeed much more dynamic. While showing off the clothes, there is way more body movement. Here is another thing. Without using the LoRA, did you notice there is actually a hole in the beauty's clothes? First of all, this looks visually unappealing, and secondly, it makes zero logical sense. But when we used the LoRA, this issue did not occur. So this LoRA not only enhances the overall video effect, but it also improves the video's consistency and logical coherence to a certain extent. Now, let me share a little Easter egg with you guys. Among the LoRAs released by Kijai, there is one particular LoRA. It is quite niche because it is a clip LoRA. Its main focus is to improve the quality of our text encoder, rather than directly improving the visual quality of the frame. I ran a ton of tests on this LoRA, checking if it helps generate better prompts, or if it gives the entire text encoder a deeper, more accurate understanding of the prompts. Ultimately, I found that this LoRA doesn't actually raise the ceiling of your video quality. Rather, it guarantees a higher floor for your video generation. That might sound a bit confusing, so let me do a quick demo for you. The workflow you are seeing right now is exactly the same as the example we just went over. I simply connected this LoRA right after the clip. Please pay attention here. The node used to load this LoRA is called Load LoRA Model and Clip. This is quite different from the LoRA loading node we used earlier. Because this LoRA is mainly applied to the clip, not the main model, we absolutely must use this specific node to achieve our goal. The rest of the workflow remains completely unchanged. Let's see the generated video result. We can clearly see that after using this clip LoRA, the motion in the entire video has noticeably improved, regardless of whether you use the Galaxy ACE LoRA or not. However, when paired with the Galaxy ACE LoRA, the effect is even more pronounced. So if you want to generate higher quality videos, besides using our video LoRA, you can also consider adding this clip LoRA into the mix. Finally, let's talk about the situations where this LoRA completely crashes and burns. In this workflow, our reference image is a picture of a beauty dancing. It is almost a full body shot. The motion design in the prompt is roughly like this. She elegantly balances on the toes of her left foot, chest lifted, face pointing upwards, right arm reaching high toward the ceiling. She fluidly pulls her arm back and executes a fast dynamic spin, causing her hair to whip wildly around her face. You can see that this motion design is extremely rich, and the range of movement is massive. It even includes an action that gives almost all video generation models a massive headache, spinning, and not just any spin, a high-speed spin. Let's look at the final generated video. Just as we told you earlier, both of these videos completely failed. If you really want to compare them, the version without the LoRA actually looks slightly better. Let's wrap things up for you guys. If you want the Galaxy ACE LoRA to perform at its best, we generally recommend using a half-body shot, keep the motion design relatively rich, and try to simulate a mobile phone vlog style. The overall quality will turn out fantastic. If it is a closer shot or the movements are very small, the video won't have major issues, but this LoRA won't bring any noticeable improvements either. If the motion is way too extreme, neither video will look good. And in that scenario, using this LoRA might actually increase your chances of a complete fail. So that covers everything about this weird LoRA today. What are you waiting for? Go try it out yourself. Follow me to become someone who truly understands AI.